We're live.
Simi Mimi.
Oh my gosh, we've already got a viewer from the ether. Philip Oliver Holt says, "Hello, Crom. Are you in there?
Yes.
We're here.
Yes.
We're here."
Ski Wolf reference?
I don't know. Fuck. Who knows?
Oh boy, so guys, here we are, Crept from the 80s live. I think from now on, we should set a date that we're gonna do this every month.
Yeah. Let's do it now.
Maybe it should be every Monday night.
You mean once a month or like every? Oh yeah, sure. I mean whatever. That's fine. Yeah. Yep.
If we're feeling frisky,
yeah,
we can do it a couple times a month.
We do get frisky.
Nipsey.
Mm-hmm.
So hello everyone out there. We're here to talk 80s, my movies, geeky stuff, large natural breasts, music, geekery, TV, all that good stuff. Everything that we love to talk about, and really that is a part of the channel. But primarily, we talk 80s.
Yeah, we will. We're gonna get this going, man. Whew. Anything 80s happened to you lately?
What hasn't happened to me 80s lately? You step into this room and it's a Shangri-La.
It is. It really is. Yeah, I can't even believe it. Sorry, I'm waiting for this streaming here. All right. It's done. It's caught up. We're good. Greg Pfeiffer says, "How's it going, guys?"
Hello, Greg.
Greg, it's going real well today, man.
Yeah, we're getting ready for the ultimate winter storm.
Apparently everybody is. It's hitting like 25 states or something.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
Texas got like a snowstorm,
Yeah.
It's snowing in hell.
Yeah.
If you believe in that sort of thing.
The heat-miser is living it up. Philip says, "Are you buried in snow?" I think it starts right now, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, it's supposed to come.
Yeah, so it's on its way to destroy the world as we know.
But I mean, where we are, we always get snow. It's it's not it's very common.
It is, though I will say that this has been a very cold winter. Not that I mind, it's been consistently very cold.
Yeah.
So
I think it's pretty on par with fucking upstate New York. I hate it.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Greg says it's freezing out here.
Well, get inside, silly.
He's on his Wi-Fi outside catching some rays. Yeah. Brett Allen Coker says it's -2 here in Kansas, man. Ugh. Gross.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, it's bad. It's bad all over. It's rough all over.
Hesse. What's up, brah? He says, "Loving all the comics lately, Casey." Hey, man. Hollowed 3 Kickstarter is Wednesday night. I'll be doing one of these sorts of things to talk about that. So stay tuned, my friend. But thank you for buying all these comics. I appreciate it. Misfits of Science. Where'd you get that one? Etsy. Yeah.
No,
you made it.
Yeah, it was from our TeePublic.
Ah, yes.
There's 2 new designs up there too. And I have some more that are going to be LBP centric for the 30th anniversary. But the 30th anniversary LBP T-shirt is now up at our TeePublic. You just
What do I got to look at? Crept from the 80s?
It's either a Crept from the 80s or it's Low Budget Pictures. I don't know. The link to our TeePublic is.
I was gonna drop it in the thing here.
Yeah, it's on our. It's in the YouTube. Where it has all the links on the side there when you go to.
There you go, guys. It's there.
Okay. Well, anyway, it's there if you want to get some LBP or Crept from the 80s swag or Warlock swag. There's a couple new shirts up there, and you can get anything made. They masks and all that good stuff.
Yeah, you can get a mask of Chris's face that you can wear
and all that stuff. We get like a tiny cut, but that's okay because it's all about representation. Somebody walking around with a little teen ape on them, so there's nothing wrong with
that. Revel in it Dirty Retro says, "Yo dudes, it's Heather on my channel you didn't know about. Ha ha ha." Heather Maxon?
Hello, Heather Maxon.
Hi, Heather. No, we did not know about this channel. It's her sultry channel, I think.
You gotta put your OnlyFans on.
Said yes. Yeah, drop a link in for everybody to watch that. The Gooch says, "What's up, guys? What up, Gooch?
Just Goochin', straight Goochin', bro."
He says you might pick up a shirt. You should.
Hey, man.
Do it. Yeah. Do it. Hesse says, "What did you guys think of the Snyder Cut trailer that just was released?"
David, do you know anything about me? I guess go to Casey. This stuff doesn't listen. This Snyder Cut thing, I'm gonna tell you straight. I just don't give a shit. I'm gonna watch it, but like people are really treating it like this is like the fucking most amazing epic thing in the entire world. Like I don't understand it. I just don't get it. I don't get it. So I will see it, but it really is doing nothing for me. To be honest, it looks very similar to the Justice League that I saw, unfortunately, in theaters.
Did you see that with me? Did we see that?
No, I saw it when I was working at the theater. We had a screening of it.
Okay.
And Juan was like, "Do you want to just do this?"
Yeah.
And so all the employees went in like after we shut down. We were like, "Okay, let's get this over with."
Yeah.
And we were all like yelling at the screen, like, "What the fuck?" We were just really. That was the best part about it because we were all sort of
roasting it. Yeah.
Because it was terrible. It was bad. And at the end, we were all like, kind of like, "What was this? What was this? Why was this happening? What was this?" Like, So I don't know. And I don't hate DC, but I don't know. I guess too little, too late. I just don't care. What does it matter? What does it matter? I guess. So I'm gonna see it because it's free. I have HBO Max. I want to see what this 4-hour fucking movie is.
Yeah.
So I literally had no reaction at all watching the trailer. Zero. So what did you think, Casey?
So ultimately it doesn't matter, especially since Zach and WB have both come out and said we're not working together. So you know what I mean? Like it's something just straight up for the fans. And I did like seeing Darkseid because I was like, okay, that's cool. It's weird, very weird.
No, but what does it matter? Do you know what I mean?
I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter at all.
I feel like, they were straight up fucking with everybody from the get-go. Like, there was no Snyder Cut. There just wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was shit that he shot. It didn't get, he couldn't finish it. So Joss went in there and did what he did. And so he had some stuff.
Yeah.
I think they straight up went in and shot so much shit. Like, they shot Zack Snyder's Justice League. There's no way all of this was sitting in there. There's no way.
I bet you
They
there
spent
was.
50, 60 million dollars.
No, I know, but you know how Zack Snyder is. You know how much he shoots. And
I know, but
remember how long it took?
Do you remember Justice League?
Barely.
There's no dark side at all.
So for that kind of stuff, do I believe that they added a bunch of CGI stuff? Because most of the stuff that you see is new, is not physically people. I think that, remember how long it took him? He was shooting at the same time as JJ. I think it was Batman versus Superman.
It was.
And it came out a year after Force Awakens. And it was like, and they were shooting together the exact same time, playing pranks on each other. I think Zack Snyder probably did shoot a ton of footage. And when WB was like,
I don't know,
we don't need this shit. You know what I mean? Like, just get in there, rip it up, and let's go. And that's what I think. But do I think like a lot of it is new, like CGI stuff? For sure. Of course it is.
It's
for sure.
All new. I think it's all new. And because they're not going to take it from where they are in this, it's like, what? So is Darkseid going to show up and then they're going to kill Darkseid in this movie?
I don't think we'll even see him more than like a Skeletor moment of you go bye. Like, that's what I honestly think that's all we see.
It's just very bizarre. I don't know. So we'll see.
We'll see. So we spent more time than I think either one of us were going to talk about that. But thanks, David, for bringing it up. Yeah. Sean's here. Hey, Sean. Hi, guys. Hey, buddy.
Unboxing the Future. Sean, go find it. It's on YouTube. Unboxing the Future. Tech reviews. Chris, did you see the Beverly Hills Teens cartoon link? I have seen Beverly Hills Teens. It wasn't a cartoon I enjoyed growing up. But thank you.
I don't know. David says, I'm expecting a subpar movie with okay visuals, and I'm just here to ask interesting questions to get conversations. No, to be quite honest with you, appreciate it. Like, we never have a script for these live shows, and we figured we'd probably talk about it tonight. So yeah, no worries, man. Bring up anything that's the thing. So anybody who's watching now, bring up whatever the fuck you want to talk about. We're here to chat for the next couple hours, and we'll talk about movies. We'll talk about the 80s, obviously.
Limits.
We'll definitely talk about the OnlyFans we started, the ska only OnlyFans. We just wear checkered, I don't know, see-through undies. Greg says, just got a Weirdsies and Crept from the 80s t-shirts last week. Yeah, so wherever Chris put that link, I can't find it.
I didn't put it anywhere.
Well, they found it. I mean, to buy the shirt, it's on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you go into the Crept from the 80s channel that you're on now, inside, up where the banner is, you'll see all the links, and the TeePublic is over there. If you want some swag, if not, it's whatever.
You want it.
I mean, I have been neglecting it, but because of the 30th anniversary of LBP, I have some fun shirts planned that our buddy Tom is gonna help out with, and they'll go up there. But
surprised he's not in
this. I always lose track of it. Like, every now and again, I'll get like an email from them. It's like, here's how much you made this month. I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah. He's like, here's your $4.
Hey man, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, I don't care. It's
Gooch says, I'm watching The Wonder Years on Hulu right now. Nice, man.
Hulu?
Sweet. Yeah. Well, he's gone. Chris has left. He bans Hulu. Oh, that Kevin. Oh, that Winnie.
Who needs Hulu?
All that sensuality. Do you have a DVD player hooked up to your television, or is it like a...
Yeah, I have
a VHS DVD combo?
No, I have the VHS plugged into the TV, the Nintendo plugged into the TV,
Mm-hmm.
and then the DVD player is plugged into the VCR.
Okay. Yeah.
And so that's, up
Uh,
here.
Sean's. Oh
Old
yeah.
school.
That's what I meant. I know the other setup. Sean says you definitely want the swag. I love my LBP shirts. There you go, man.
Much appreciation.
Philip says, at any rate, appreciate the company and seeing you guys. We appreciate seeing you, man. And seeing Chris's setup. He's truly a man out of time.
Trying to be.
I don't want to be in this time.
I do want to go back, man.
If you had one day to go back, what would you do?
Shit.
One day, though.
One day. Oh man. One day is so short.
Well, yeah. Like watch MTV.
No, I would go
specific foods.
Yeah, I would go experience. I'd go to a mall. I'd go see one movie. I'd go shopping. I would go to
well, just go to a mall.
I would go all the toy stores and bring it all back with me.
Take $50 and go. I'll take them all.
Yeah, I'll take this aisle.
Yeah. You could clean up with a good like $1,000. Like it would be crazy.
It would be amazing. I don't know. I want to go swimming in the past.
What would you guys do if you had one day in the 80s? I think I agree with you. A mall would probably be the best because then you get the food, the Sam Goody, the music, the movies, yeah,
the ladies,
yeah, the jiggles of 1985, thrashing through the mall. You'd buy a slushie and pour it on some nerd's head. Philip, I got that one. Sorry.
Hey, Seaver.
Hey, it's the 80s according to the Jewish calendar. There you go, the 1880s. The Gooch says, what do you think of Neca's Frankenstein monster?
Love it. Looks great.
Yeah, we were talking about it yesterday.
I'm going to get it.
Yeah, so I don't think other people have gotten Boris Karloff's face before. Because this one looks like the most film accurate one that I've seen. So I really think that, Randy over there must have talked to the estate and got a really fucking good skull because it looks great. And I will buy it.
Yeah. Definitely going to get it.
Go to KB Toys. Hell yeah, Greg. Gotta go to KB Toys, man.
Go to Toys R Us, go to was that Children's Palace or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Kids,
Phil says
Hills.
If I could go back, it would be Homecoming game that my crush became my girlfriend. Great night, October 1986. That is cool. That sounds like a movie. Let's make that movie, man.
Yeah, man. Give me the rights to your life.
But you didn't know she was a teenage werewolf.
That's the spin I would put on it.
Heather says, I'd go to the theater and watch the Lost Boys on opening night. Of course you would. That's all you care about is the Lost Boys.
And actually, yeah, we shot a video for the channel later.
That's like coming out later? Lost Boys?
All Lost Boys. Sweet. I just talked with Heather about her love of Lost Boys.
She does love it.
And Chris Walk. As a vampire.
Shot says, I was only 8 when the 80s ended. Ha 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 ha.
They've never ended. Not for this old
your
man.
never-ending story. It's the 80s.
Never-ending 80s.
I mean, hey, we're getting some He-Man this year. At some point, I am shocked we haven't seen a tease, a tip. I don't get it. It's very weird to me.
Well, we got that music. We did get the music.
Yes.
And it sounded like power metal, which was really cool.
Yeah. Bear McCreary from
Yeah.
Walking Dead is doing it.
Yeah.
Um.
His brother is the singer for Oingo Boingo right now.
Oh, really?
Has been for the past 10 years.
Oh, nice. I didn't know it was the McCreary boys.
Yeah.
Sweet. Gooch, are you guys looking forward to Coming to America movie?
Yeah, I'll watch it. You know, I love the first one. We'll see.
I gotta watch. I'll be honest with you. I haven't watched that movie in 4,000 years.
It's good.
I'm sure it is. There's nothing I don't like about the people in it or anything like that. I just
Landis, come on. It's a sequel to Trading Places.
Is John Landis isn't directing this new one, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Does he direct anymore?
Not really. He
Right.
does, like, you know, he did like when Mick Garris was doing the Masters of Horror stuff and shit like that. In all honesty, I don't know why those guys aren't doing shit anymore. You know, it is weird because Joe Dante, off and on, he'll do it, but for the most part, he doesn't do anything.
I liked his what was it, Burying the X?
Yeah,
I like that movie.
Yeah, me too.
Especially this is you know,
pretty solid.
some solid things going on in there. Rest in peace, Anton Yelchin. But yeah, it was good. It was a good movie.
Double D Daddario.
Gosh, I can't even deal with her.
He's yeah.
Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Yes. So yeah, we'll watch it, Gooch. It's coming to Amazon soon.
March 5th. March 4th or 5th or one of those.
Yeah. Philip says Hills is great. Zayers too.
Hills is where the toys are, Philip.
I don't know about Zayers.
We had a Hills.
Yeah.
But
I don't know Zayers, man.
And we had Ames.
Yeah, we had Ames. Not the same.
No.
Not the same.
We had a pretty kicking toy. Not as good as Hills section.
Right.
Hills toy section was
too legit.
Yeah.
I bet you we'd go back and it will be like 2 aisles and we'll go, it wasn't as crazy as we thought it was.
I don't know. I would I wish somebody would hurry up and invent
time machine.
Time travel. Yeah, like
theoretically
possible.
Absolutely. David says, what do you guys think of all this Joss Whedon claims, allegations, whatnots?
You know, I actually did want to bring this up to Casey because I know both of us are Joss fans. I mean, clearly he's a dick. I mean, you know, I mean, there's kind of that air to him anyway, that he's kind of pretentious and everyone loves him and he can say and do whatever he wants, you know, but in a self-deprecating way because that's how he can get away with some things. But I don't know. It's like, what do you do? You know? Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, I think that he's probably done. But man, what an output. He's got a lot of stuff and a lot of stuff that I really love and I'm not going to stop loving because the content is great. I'll always love Buffy. I'll always love Firefly. I'll always love Angel. You know, those 2 Avengers movies are, you know, so I mean, the dude has talent, but hey, the dude has issues too. Everybody fucking has issues. I mean, I don't feel like we have a right to judge because we're all kind of fucked up, and everyone likes to you know, it is the era of judging and pointing fingers and being, you know, social justice bullshitters when everybody's a hypocrite. So I don't know. It doesn't change the fact that yeah, he did shit, but oh well, he did shit, you know? I don't know. Great, I guess great for everybody coming out now, years later, but I don't know. It's I don't know. Whatever. It sucks. Joss probably doesn't have a career anymore, and that's that. That I don't know. What do you have to say about it?
I mean, I feel bad for the people who didn't think that they could speak up at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And had to deal with it. It explains why we probably haven't ever gotten a reunion, really, outside of an Entertainment Weekly
Well, they were
spread.
all there, though.
They were all there, but I mean, like, if
Even him.
Entertainment Weekly is like, hey, I'm going to give you, 20 grand, or I don't know what the hell they do. Like, and you're seeing everybody else that you love, and then that guy, you know what I mean? So of course you would do it too. But besides all that, yeah, just I feel bad for the people who couldn't speak up. And it sounds like you read a lot of these things lately where it's like you're gonna lose your career if you say anything. And unfortunately, that's every job in some capacity.
Yeah, especially nowadays, man.
I mean, nowadays it's worse, but it's always been something where you feel like you can't say something because you're probably going to lose your job, and that's kind of like a shitty way. I'm glad that they said something now. It does suck that Joss isn't going to probably ever work again. I can't imagine, or if he does, it's going to be like, I don't even know, something super indie that only he puts out or something random like that. But I am able to separate the artist from the art, and I'll never not watch Buffy because of what he did. Just like I'll always love Tom Cruise, even though he's a complete psycho. So you know what I mean? Like I love Tom Cruise movies.
True.
I always have.
And
I always
hey,
will.
I mean,
and he seems like a genuinely super nice guy, just a weirdo. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's
but don't get on your high horse, people. Like everybody's an asshole in some way. Everybody does something stupid, shitty. They've said something terrible, they've done something terrible. Nobody is, immune to any of this shit. So I don't know, I guess, but we're in a culture where everybody hates everything. Everybody wants to destroy everybody. Everybody needs to be a certain way, or it's the highway. It's so I don't know. I hate it. I really hate the times we're living in. I think it's just stupid. Just fucking live your lives.
So thanks for that, David.
Yeah.
Gooch, just kidding, buddy. Gooch says, "You guys get anything cool for Valentine's Day?"
Yeah, we got the.
You got Game of Thrones, man.
My wife got us all the seasons of Game of Thrones in 4K. We had we had 6 of them on DVD, on Blu-ray, 6 of the seasons, but she was like, this was on sale, and she's like, I know we're all going 4K crazy, so she's like, I got it. Like, okay.
When do you start it?
What?
Like, are you gonna go and watch it, like start from the beginning again? And
I don't know. I've seen that first season of Game of Thrones probably like 5 times. Like,
yeah,
I don't think I need to see the first season again. I don't know. We'll at some point we'll do it again because it's one of our favorite shows ever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's all. Valentine's Day, we're not like it's not a big thing.
Yeah, we're not either, man. We got my wife ordered me those Brookie cookies because we couldn't find them, the Oreo ones, and I ate it within 24 hours,
Yeah, I mean, we, it's
which is good enough for me.
I always get her flowers and something, something little. But our anniversary is so close to Valentine's Day that I usually I'm like, here's happy anniversary and Valentine's Day,
Yeah.
So I got her like a game and something else, and flowers. But that's we don't. It's not like we gotta go out, we gotta do it up and blah blah blah. It's silly.
Wow, not in these times anyway. Philip says people need to be able to separate the art from the artist. Correct. I love Kevin Spacey's. Exactly what Chris said. I love Kevin Spacey's movies, and yes, Gary Glitter's music, but they are pieces of crap. But it doesn't keep me from enjoying the films or music.
And that's why I just did Cosby. Listen, I love the Cosby Show. I grew up with the Cosby Show.
Oh, yeah.
I'm never not gonna like the Cosby Show just because he's a drugging pervert.
Yeah.
I'm a pervert, but I'm never gonna drug a woman to perv on them.
Thank God.
My pudding on them. But I mean,
there you go.
I'm a fetishy, kinky creep.
David says, what about the cancellation of Gina Carano?
David likes the hard-hitting.
He does, man. He says he likes stirring the pot.
See, he just said it. Yeah. Well, do you want to go? Because I've got some words for Miss Carano.
So, I'm in like a Star Wars group, our Star Warriors podcast that we have.
Love to get in on that.
That Star Wars group?
Yeah, actually, Chris said, like, one of these days you got to get on that with everybody. I was like, ooh, I would love to like piss a lot of people off.
You can come over. I mean, it's Chris's thing. You can come over.
No.
But so anyway, I like to talk about Star Wars, and I like it to be my little happy escape place. And it does end up getting very political at times. So when this Gina Carano thing happened, I was like, I muted the chat. I was like, I just can't. Like, listen, what she wrote, as somebody who was a manager for a very long time, there are certain things in the workplace and as an employee that you just can't do. And when you work for the company, especially the biggest public company in the world outside of maybe Apple, you are considered the face of the company, even when it's off hours. So if you say some shit that's going to piss off people going and going to Disney, you will get fired. That's it. Game over. Like that's pretty much for me. That's all it really came down to, is like Disney probably was like, you just burned all these viewers from Mandalorian, and in as much controversy as we've had over the last few years since The Last Jedi, we don't need it.
Well, see, so I don't know. Do you know everything?
I don't know what you mean by that.
This wasn't like a, oh, you did this?
No. I know it was like a repeated.
This kept going.
Correct.
And they met with her and her representatives twice.
Okay.
On different occasions to
that
say,
I didn't know, but I knew like it was.
Can we stop this? Once. Can we, can we smooth, like, you got to drop this? And she promised them that she would. 3 different occasions, they sent her manager, her agency, letters saying, "Hey, we're concerned about Gina's posts, and things of that nature," because she's been doing it since November. Listen, we all know she's a Trumper, and she believes the virus is a hoax, and she doesn't believe in masks and all that stuff, and she is what she is. She's one of those nutcases.
Right.
But I love the character. The character was great. I thought she was badass. She was cool. I was like, I dig Cara Dune. This is cool. But I think people kept jumping. I think people jumped the gun and was sort of like, fuck Disney, blah, 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 like, but you got to know the facts. And that's the thing that nobody does the last 5 years. Nobody looks at facts.
Mm-hmm.
They look at what's posted on the media and they're like, what? We're going to witch hunt. We hate this and we hate that. And you suck.
Right.
And, but the facts are out there. There's a detailed thing about what she did and what Disney has tried to do to stop it.
Yeah.
As far as like, hey, you work for us. Let's smooth this out. And she didn't.
Yeah.
And that was the last straw. So,
yeah. I mean, she
got fired, and rightfully so.
Right. That's my whole thing is like, especially, nowadays where you can get fired for going out drinking on the weekend when you said you were going to be at work. Like, people follow your social media, and that can stop you from getting hired, and it can stop you from having a job. So, it didn't surprise me in the least. And I'm not like, fuck Gina Carano because of her political views. I could, but I believe that people are entitled to however they feel, even if I disagree with it. And but for me, it just came down to you violated something in the work agreement, and that you're fired.
Yeah.
All right.
It'll be interesting to see what happens. They're just gonna say the character is off screen, or they'll recast.
Right. Yeah. You're right, Heather, and I wonder why people want to go back to the 80s. Exactly. Yeah. Philip, who agrees, indeed. Sean has never seen an episode of Game of Thrones. You would like it,
man.
Yeah.
If you like blood, dragons, and titties, you're gonna love it.
all of the same time. Chicken Wizard says, "Are you still friends with AJ Stabone?"
Maybe Casey is, but he hasn't talked to me in fucking years, so I don't know.
I haven't. I would say we're not friends,
but I am friends with Roscoe.
Yeah, that Chicken Wizard. No, not. I mean, I don't have anything against them.
It's a weird thing. Like, some of these people who used to be my best friends and have done all these movies with me, they just straight stop talking to me. They don't talk to me. I don't know what it is. I'll talk to them, but I never get responses year after year after year. So I don't know, man. Casey gets it more than I do. Casey actually will talk to these people, and nobody talks to me. So I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine.
I couldn't tell you. The Gooch says, I ordered myself a classic Terminator t-shirt for Valentine's Day. Sounds dope, man. Treat yourself.
Right. But what better way to say I love you than with the Terminator?
Exactly. Eternal love. Man, there's some real hot button issues coming through the chat today.
It's good. It's giving us stuff to talk about.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's good. What are you watching on television right now?
WandaVision.
Have you gone down? I know you're not like this, so I don't even know why I ask. I know you. You haven't gone down like the speculation road of this is who this character is. This is the big bad. This is what this pet. All that.
I speculate, sure. Here's the thing. Like, I implicitly trust Marvel. Kevin Feige. Yeah, there is no doubt in my mind that what they're doing and what they have planned is a miracle. It's majesty. There's no doubt in my mind. And what I like that Marvel does is they cherry pick from some of their biggest stories and incorporate it into a movie. they don't adapt. They adapt.
They
They
adapt.
don't
Yeah.
straight adapt, but they mix things with what works in a movie from the stuff that they've done
Yeah.
comic wise.
Yep.
So there's clearly a lot of things in WandaVision that are cherry picked from some pretty great big Marvel stories. And if you can certainly say, Mephisto has a little bit of this in there, and but what I like is that you just 100% don't know. So you may have your theories,
Yeah.
but they're going to come along and be like, "Ha ha! This is what we did."
Yeah.
You know?
And I think Kevin Feige has been like that since the beginning.
Yeah.
Anything that we have thought was going to happen typically didn't happen.
Yeah.
Something cooler happened, that we didn't think about. So, do I feel like Mephisto is behind the scenes? To be honest with you, yes, I do. Because even though we might not know everything that Kevin Feige has planned, he does take things. He is a comic book fan. The dude knows his shit.
They have a very tight group of people.
Yes.
That are on these projects, and they map everything out years ahead of time.
Thank
they know what they're doing, and they do cherry pick from some of the best stories. So, I mean, I think it's going to turn out to be both expected and unexpected, which is great, which is the best way to be. Because if it's just going to be what you think it is, that's not as fun.
Right.
And so week after week, it's been fun to, sort of go through it in my head like, this could mean this, or this could mean this, but man, they're really throwing me for a loop, and that's great,
Sean says, I don't think it's Mephisto for one reason. What's the reason, Sean, that you don't think it's Mephisto? I mean, like, it could be shit, man. People are like, oh, is Reed Richards showing up? I don't think so, personally.
But I'd like it if he did.
Well, of course. I would lose my mind.
Mean, at some point, they have to start introducing those characters.
Right. He's the devil in Marvel, and the show airs in China, too, where imagery of Satan and stuff can't be shown. Convoluted, I know, but true. Who knows what this... Mephisto might look like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I don't know. It's very weird because they've mentioned hell so many times.
Devil in the details. Yeah.
They've mentioned demon spawn. It just seems so hinted. I definitely don't feel like Evan Peters is X-Men Pietro.
You mean Fox one?
Yeah. Which is kind of a bummer to me.
Yeah.
Because he knows a hell of a lot of stuff.
Yep.
I
don't know.
I mean, right now, he could be Mephisto. You know what I mean? Like,
could be.
So I don't know.
China is weird about that stuff. Yeah, they are weird. Big time, man. We got a question from Matthew Deducis. Dude, murder your name. I'm sorry. Matthew says, what up? You guys miss horror conventions? We weep for the future.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't give a fuck what. I'll go to the Rochester convention when it opens. That's how bad I'd like to. No, I won't do that. But really, like, we would do toy shows. We would go to Comic Cons. We'd go to horror cons. Like, it sucks. It was like literally in our DNA to go to several a year. And especially when we started, we were selling horror movies forever. And then
I started going to conventions in 1993.
Yeah.
So I have been convention goer for a very long time. I mean, listen, it's not like the end of the fucking world.
No.
It's a convention. I mean, there's going to be more, and we certainly have gone to a life's worth of conventions.
Sure, yeah.
But I definitely miss the atmosphere and the
buzz.
Yeah, the buzz, the communal aspect of it. Because at those shows, everybody is buddies. Everybody is friends. It's just a great feeling and atmosphere and environment to be in, and it's a lot of fun. And I love vendors and shit like that. And yeah, I mean, but it'll be back.
Thank the Maker. Someday. I'm gonna try to. I know some of you guys are in the chat. I'm gonna try to get to some of these in chronological order. So Sean said, instead of No More Mutants, she creates them, kind of like a reverse House of M. I do think that too.
I think that's happening
for sure.
With all the subtle hints that people's cells are being fucked with.
Yeah.
Obviously Monica is going to be Photon.
Yep.
It's exciting. It's all exciting, man. I'm really
excited about it.
Marvel doesn't, you think Parker Lewis can't lose, but Marvel Kevin Feige can't lose. Yeah. Make my Marvel 100%, always.
Matthew says, wow, 1993, Jesus, you're old as fuck. He didn't add that last part. He said nice.
Yes.
1993, Sean was in junior high school. Sweet man. Philip asks, will there ever be a reissue of Slumber Party Cheerleading Bukyoks get slaughtered a word?
No.
Yeah, there will be. There's going to be a 4K release end of this year.
Yeah, I mean that short could show up again on some release. There is some stuff that I can't talk about yet, unfortunately. I need to and I wanted
to get that figured out so you can at least announce something.
I know it's up to him. He's slacking. He just didn't want me, and I wanted to do a big thing and put that into it, include it, because it's a major part of everything that's happening this year for the 30th anniversary of Low Budget Pictures. There's some fun stuff that's coming, and we're not going to do the full info dump until there's a sign off on something. But I mean, that might end up, I don't know, it was a short that we did in 2003. Very few people saw it unless they got the original shitty do-it-yourself DVD that we made just for conventions back then. And it was part of the original do-it-yourself DVD of Filthy McNasty 2. And I have it right here. It doesn't even have a
case.
Doesn't even have a cover. It's just literally the disc that I've had for years and years and years. That has several different shorts on it. This is the original Filthy 2 disc. Who has those shorts?
Okay, that's funny.
On it. So maybe one day, in the stuff that's coming up, it could be a fun little extra just on the discs. So
he would love it. Chicken Wizards ask, are you looking forward to Kevin Smith's Master of the Universe thing?
Absolutely. This is the year of He-Man, Masters of the Universe. It is
He-Man.
Technically, it is the 40th anniversary of He-Man, of Masters of the Universe. It was created in 1981, and then the toys started in 82, and the cartoon started after that. But the creation of Masters of the Universe from Mattel was 1981. Crazy, 40th anniversary. So yeah, if you want to hear us talk about Masters of the Universe, we have a Crept from Eternia down on the channel, which you can check out, listen to, maybe we can turn that into a podcast as well.
We can definitely add
I don't see
all of
why
that
not.
stuff there. Yeah.
Yeah. If you wanted to listen to all of our podcasts, you can go to don'tforgetatowel.com and look up the podcast sections, and they're all there.
It's all there. Let's see here. Philip also said, I met Jim Lee at a convention in 1990. There were more vendors than attendees. The old days. That's heyday,
That's
Jim
prime
Lee.
Jim Lee.
Yeah. Though I would be happy to meet him now too.
Oh yeah.
Very much so. Very much so. Sean says, Chris definitely made my first convention moist and magical.
Thank you, Sean. A loyal fan and friend, and he was sweating. He was excited to meet me and Josh at Horror Hound a couple years ago.
Yeah. Matthew says, did you guys like Master of the Universe movie? Guilty pleasure.
Absolutely. I don't have guilty pleasures, Matthew. I don't believe in guilty pleasures. If you like it, then it's pleasurable to you. You just shouldn't feel guilty for liking anything that you like. I don't care what anybody says or anybody thinks about anything about me. You either like it or you don't. I like Masters of the Universe, the movie. I'll tell you this, though. When I came out of that theater with my friends, we hated it.
Yeah.
I was 10 years old, big He-Man fan, of course. 1987, coming out of that theater, it was like, what the fuck was this? And it probably would have been totally rad if it wasn't called Masters of the Universe. It was just very bizarre. And it wasn't until I hit my 20s that I started to really appreciate the movie. And now I love it. I have it on Blu-ray. And Heather in the chats, Heather Maxon, a member of LBP and Warlock, she gifted me a theatrical poster of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe with Mr. Dolph Lundgren on it and all that good stuff. And so yes, I think it's cheesy fun. No, don't feel guilty about anything, my friend. Like what you like, and who gives a shit what anybody says, anybody thinks.
It's true. Yeah, it was one of the first movies I saw in the theater. Is it snowing where you guys are at? Yes.
Yeah,
I think so.
And we're gonna get hit.
Yeah, we're gonna get drenched in snow. Philip says he signed my first issue of Punisher Warzone, Jim Lee. That's cool, man.
Sweet.
I actually have a lot of Punisher Warzone comics. Quite a lot of them. True that. Matthew
George has signed my Avengers.
Unboxing the picture says
his wife needs some help.
Oh, okay.
Can you go help? Unbox your wife.
Heather goes, my first convention was Chris 2. I don't remember it, but I'm sure it was magical.
Yeah, I don't know, because everybody has gone with me so many times or different times. It's been it's so many years. Who knows? But I'm sure it was great. So much so that you did more, Heather. You went to more. So.
Still here. Matthew says, speaking of the 80s, did you guys like The Burning? Great slasher movie.
Definitely, Matthew. Matthew, if you haven't, after this, give the channel a try. Go through all the videos we got, because we talk a lot about this stuff, and I show off my movie collections and the movie room and the 80s room and the house, and you see all the horror that we have and the things that I love. But yes, The Burning is amazing, and as Casey knows, I consider The Burning to be Friday the 13th Part 1. What I mean by that is, when I do my Friday the 13th marathons, I don't watch the first Friday movie, because ever since I was a kid, I always felt that first movie is just boring as fuck. So The Burning, however, is a better Friday the 13th.
It's a great movie. Great movie.
And you actually like the characters there's stuff happening, and yes, you both get gore from Tom Savini, but Cropsy to me is better than Mrs. Voorhees. So what I will say about Friday the 13th is at least it gave us the kernel of Jason. And after that first movie, then, Friday the 13th is neck and neck with Nightmare on Elm Street as my favorite horror franchise. So I just happen to not like the first Friday the 13th movie. So The Burning is amazing.
The Burning is a fantastic movie. The Gooch says, any TV shows you guys are watching right now?
WandaVision.
We're watching WandaVision.
What else are you watching, Casey?
Well,
you just said what the
I'm watching Demon Slayer, this anime, and I haven't watched anime in forever. So that's on Netflix. It's very good. Very excited about that. And then my wife and I just finished Killing Eve season 4. Finally, 3? No,
4 isn't out yet.
Okay, so 3.
4 they're shooting.
Yeah.
We haven't finished 3, so don't say anything.
So I won't say anything. It's continue. If you watch that show, it's just a great show. Both those women are fantastic actresses, and Jodie Comer, you can call me.
She's only 27.
I know, she's very young.
Great actress. I mean,
she is. She's like, what's her name? Tatiana. Where you're just like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I've said that to Katie when we were watching. I'm like,
they're similar in that respect.
Yeah. But we're mid season 3 right now.
Okay. Yeah. So that's, and then we watched like that Britney doc, and we just watched the OnlyFans doc, and now we got to find another series other than WandaVision to watch.
What do I watch? I find myself watching a lot of 80s shows because I have a lot of 80s shows. I do a lot of rewatches of shows I love. I don't know if there's really a modern show right now that we're keeping up with other than
Killing Eve.
I guess Riverdale.
You still
Killing Eve.
Yeah.
We like The Handmaid's Tale, so when that comes back, we will watch that. We're caught up with a lot of shows, so I am I am doing a rewatch again of Entourage. This is the 6th rewatch.
Ridiculous.
It's because of the podcast.
Because the podcast is so good.
It is so good.
It really is.
The last few episodes have been so good.
I'm behind.
Victory, the podcast.
Yeah, I'm behind like 2 episodes, so I gotta. I've been listening to Into the Dark, that new Star Wars thing, and I'm almost done. I have like 2 hours left of the audiobook, so that's why I was like, as soon as I finish this, I'll binge back on my Entourage. But
yeah, I pretty much every week I make sure to listen to Victory, the podcast, which is the Entourage podcast.
Yep.
By Doug Ellen, who created the show.
Yeah.
And Kevin Connolly, who played E, and of course Kevin Dillon, who played Drama. They host the show, and it's so good. If you love Entourage, you just got to watch it. So listening to that, and I just, at the beginning of the year,
yeah, me too.
Just finished the 5th rewatch of Entourage, but listening to the show, man, I'm like, whew, and I just started again. Like, the show is so good. So.
The Gooch, I totally missed this one, buddy. I'm sorry. You had asked if we had seen Clarice, and it picks up right where the movie left off. It's pretty good. It's a good show. I do, because I want to watch it. I love that world. I was just kind of waiting because I don't watch network TV ever. I can't even tell you the last time I watched something on.
We wait until it's streaming.
Yeah, wait till it's streaming, and I also like to wait for these kind of things. Like, is it going to get canceled? You know what I mean? Like, are people actually watching it? So, I don't watch the stuff on network TV as fast, but I'm glad that you like it. That at least is one person I know who watches it.
Yeah, I don't know if I will. I don't know if I
Really?
will. Yeah, I don't know, because I don't know if I find her interesting enough. Clarice, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
But you like, what's the second one or third or whatever you consider it in the timeline where she's in it? Well, that Julianne Moore plays her.
Hannibal.
Hannibal. But isn't it? That's a good movie.
It's okay.
All right.
It's okay. But I was like, why did they do this and they canceled this? So why
Hannibal.
did they cancel Hannibal?
Yeah, I
And
know.
now they're like, oh, we're doing Clarice. Like,
Yeah.
kind of like, fuck you. Hannibal was amazing.
Right.
But now there might be life in that, thanks to Netflix. So we'll see.
Okay, David says, speaking of slashers in the middle of AHS 84, I still need to watch that. I totally forgot about that.
Good. I liked it. People did not like it, but I found it very enjoyable.
Is it like the 80? I mean, is it?
Yeah,
Does it feel like that, or does
it does
start
skip
getting
ahead. It does
bullshit?
skip ahead too, but just watch it. Just, if you like the other seasons,
I do, of course.
watch it and give it a shot.
Okay.
You
Sorry, Heather says Alice in Borderland is amazing. Check it out. I don't even know what that is, Heather.
I think it's like it's some sort of Asian show. Heather and
anime. Oh,
no, it's not anime.
it's not.
I think it's like some sort of Japanese or Hong Kong show on Netflix, I think it is, or Amazon. Maybe it's Netflix. I don't know. Netflix has been adding a lot of cool, crazy shows. Like there's that. I think it's Japanese. It's like a monsters and kids in an apartment. Monsters and people, and it's a show.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
I want to see that too. I don't know what it is
called.
It's on my list. Yeah. Maybe that's Alice in Borderland. I don't know.
It's not.
Matthew's good question here. Biggest disappointment meeting a celeb at a horror con. Let me count the ways.
Yeah, we do have a convention episode down the channel, but for you right now, yeah, I guess we can talk about that. Casey, you can go first. What has been your biggest disappointment with a celeb?
I'm gonna say, because it's at the top of my head, it's not the celebrity themselves that was a disappointment, but the experience, and that was waiting to meet Buffy, Sarah Michelle Gellar, at Star Wars Convention, because it really was a fucking cattle herding situation.
Yeah.
And I didn't wait super long. I waited probably like an hour and a half, which isn't that bad for a convention. And they just move you along. And I think, you're interacting, quote unquote, with the celebrity for like 10 seconds, like literally, like take your picture and then get the fuck out. We got your money. So I would never do it again. Honestly, even if it was like Arnold Schwarzenegger, I probably would never do it again. And he's like on a list of people I would spend hundreds of dollars to meet. It would just have to be some other way. Even if it was just taking a selfie, that would feel more fulfilling to me than going through that fucking cattle herd again. I would never do it again.
I mean, I've had a lot. There's, again, I've been going since '93. I will say that the majority of the people I have met have been great.
Yeah. But is there anyone you met that like you were like, oh my God, and then they just failed?
I'll say this, and I did say this in our video, is that to idolize Tom Savini as much as I did, and then the first time I met him, he was a complete asshole.
Yeah.
But then I've had several times with Tom Savini where he wasn't an asshole.
Correct.
But I think it stuck with me so much because this was the first time I was meeting somebody who since I was, 11 years old. I was like, Tom Savini,
Yeah.
So that first time was a disappointment. And then I think the complete and total snub from Quentin Tarantino was the second. So, real quick, my ex-wife at the time and I, we got invited to the premiere of Land of the Dead in Pittsburgh. And this was literally the premiere. So
Yeah.
George Romero, everybody in his world was there, his filmmaking world. But so were,
Big celebrities.
yes, huge celebrities. And so Quentin Tarantino was there, Robert Rodriguez was there, KNB, all those guys were there. Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg. So that was one of the greatest experiences I've had with celebs. And at that time, Shaun of the Dead had not hit U.S. cinemas.
Yeah.
So I was gushing over Spaced.
Which you still should. Because it's amazing.
And that was the best. That was like 20 minutes of talking to those guys and them talking back and actually having a geeky conversation. But Quentin, this was straight up. He completely ignored everything that I said to him and just walked right by, didn't even look at me. And I'm sitting there talking to him and he wasn't even paying attention to me, wasn't even looking my way. And then a girl walked by and he followed the girl and like put his arm around the girl and started talking to the girl. And I was like, all right, well, that tells me everything I need to know how this guy is,
right?
Regardless of what I think of his movies. He was a prick, And then I noticed the rest of that night that he was basically ignoring dudes unless they were celebrity friends.
Yeah.
But if girls were coming up to him, he was
like
talking all over. Yeah, he was like totally. So there, that was kind of long-winded, but
our show, we can do whatever we want. Philip goes, cool that Heather's in here. I'm a big LBP fan. Loved seeing Billy Garbarina and Revengeance table read you posted. He's a great guy. He is a good guy.
Yeah, Billy's hilarious.
Heather
with us now for
too long.
Since 2007. 2007.
Jeez, man. Heather says no, it's not anime. Yes, Netflix. Home Sweet, or That's Sweet Home is the other monster show. Sweet Home. Yeah. Jason H says, have you read Ready Player One and Ready Player Two? If so, what did you think?
One, yes. Have not read two.
I'll get that audiobook after this Star Wars one. That's the next one on my list.
I do want it. So,
yeah.
Yeah. Because of course I love the first one.
And I've heard there's even more, like they go to like a mall and he describes all that, and I'm fine with that. I like the first one. Do you guys watch anything on Shudder? I don't have Shudder. Do you still have?
I have Shudder thanks to Sean, unboxing the future. It's hit and miss, for the most part. I have a good portion of everything that's on there. Sometimes they put out something pretty cool and I'll watch it and it's pretty decent. But I'm not like, it's not a everyday thing at all. I don't go to it often. It just depends.
I don't think I've ever seen anything on Shudder. Because like you would tell me that these things are not that good. I guess the only thing I want to see, and I still will, would be Creep Show.
The show?
Show. I I don't know.
I'm telling you, you won't like it.
I feel like it's one of those things I have to see it for myself to know I don't like it.
I don't know. Okay.
Maybe. Um.
The show, just not good.
That's good. Matthew asks or says Tom Savini was a huge disappointment. I agree.
Again, it's hit and miss because we've had some
Erotic.
fun and interesting interactions with him. It's whatever. I still love everything he's done. He's still like a master to me. So
He is. Philip, I wish I had known you were still doing stuff after LBP shut down. I thought you had quit, and I didn't know anything about Warlock literally until I stumbled upon this channel in December. Well, then you got to take a deep dive, Philip, because there's a lot of shit there. And you could buy stuff for Chris.
We shut down LBP in 2011.
Yeah.
And that's when Warlock started. I started it right up afterwards, and there's plenty of movies to check out.
You can
that you can get directly from me.
Yeah, exactly. warlockhomevideo@gmail.com. And he has, I don't know, how many movies do you have for sale at your house right now?
That I'm.
Yeah. Well, all the Warlock stuff, right?
Yeah, you can get 12 of my movies on 7 Blu-rays right now. But we've made, since we started Warlock, I can't even remember how many we've made since then. So
probably 15.
I would say around 15.
Yeah.
So
there you go. There you go, Philip. There's more. David, what did you think about the new Critters? Yeah, see, Chris hated it, and I just didn't watch it.
I didn't like it.
The trailers didn't,
but I didn't like it. I really don't like how everything is just so cheap. Everything is so cheap. I don't understand it. I don't know. It's just, and they really went full on comedy with it, and cheapness and bad, terrible CGI, and I just was like, and I love Critters 1 and 2. I don't know. Whatever.
Someone liked it, maybe.
Yeah, whatever. People can like it if they want. Man, it's very similar to what they did with Creepshow, man. The Creepshow television show is just not for me.
Just not the budget.
It's just like, why bother then? I don't know. It just, I don't think it doesn't work for me.
Not for you. I was gonna ask if there's any movies coming out.
Well, in March there is
Justice League,
Godzilla versus Kong, bro.
That's it. Yeah, that did you watch the trailers or did you avoid them?
I watched that first one, the first big one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know that they released like a Japanese one with like a little more extra footage, and then they released something the other day. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I know. I just watched the one.
I mean, I'm gonna see this movie. It doesn't matter.
I don't know, but do you know the big bad?
I think
there's.
I think
okay. I was gonna say there's no possible way that it's.
Well, there was a toy leak.
Was there?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I mean, there was never going to be. Come on, it wasn't.
I know.
Kong versus Godzilla. They were going to fight a little bit, and then they were going to fight something else, and that's just how it is these days, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And that something else looks to be. I mean, even in the trailer, you can see Mechagodzilla twice. You gotta pause it.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, count me in.
Yeah, down. I'm down because I love the Kong. We'll see about the Godzilla side of things. Philip says I'll hit you up when I get a little bit more financially stable. There you go. Good thing, man. David says best thing on Shudder is the Joe Bob Briggs stuff.
Yeah.
He's not a fan, David.
No, I have nothing against Joe Bob. Nothing against him.
Not a fan of Shudder.
I just feel like, you know, I don't know. I other than the nostalgic connection to Joe Bob from, you know, long ago. I guess I don't know why people are so fervent to check him out when he does that, those Friday nights when he does those things. I guess, you know, and then it's, of course, it's, well, whatever Shudder has on Shudder is kind of what he picks to show, and then talk about. I don't know. Nothing against Joe Bob, but it doesn't, you know, those days for me. That it's funny that's one thing that I'm not really like 100% over the moon nostalgic about, even though I watched it all the time. You know, I watched when he was on Monster Vision, and I watched his old show, and I dig horror hosts and things like that. But I don't know. Do I need to watch Joe Bob talk about, you know, the Toxic Avenger? I don't know if I do, because I've seen so much of Joe Bob, and I've had dinner with Joe Bob because of Debbie. And again, he's a sweet dude, and I like everything that he's done. It's just, for me, it's not appointment television every time they do the Joe Bob specials on Shudder. So
I never got into him, like, as a kid either. I don't know. I was like,
I mean, I definitely watched him. I loved Monster Vision and all that stuff.
Yeah.
His earlier shows.
Right.
And I loved horror hosts. I loved Elvira. I loved USA Up All Night. It was Rhonda Shear and all that stuff.
Chicken Wizard says Friday the 13th TV series was dope.
I never got into the show.
Is that just the old one?
Yeah, that's all there is.
Oh, okay. I was like, okay, yeah. I love the Friday 13th series as well. So does Gooch.
Yeah, it didn't. I think just because I was like, what? No Crystal Lake, no Jason. Fuck this show, you know.
David says his 10-minute tangents are hilarious to me.
Joe Bob, yeah, he'll go off.
Yeah.
You know.
And then Philip says yes. David says, have you guys watched any of the new Batwoman show?
Nah, I have no interest.
I
stopped watching all those CW shows.
I watched the first episode.
Wow.
And I hated it. And that was it. Why? You don't watch all that stuff.
Did you watch the other one?
No, I mean, I watched the Ruby Rose one.
Oh.
And I hated
it. About
the new black chick? I don't know. I have no idea. No, I'm not going to watch it. You know, I'm done with that world. I will watch Superman and Lois episode or two just to see, because
that first is 2 hours, so
okay, you know, well, that will get a pretty good idea from that. Yeah. I read some reviews on it saying that it was better than they had thought it was going to be, and I want to see what that's all about. So yeah, so I'll check that out. But other than that, and Stargirl, but those are both technically not going to be even connected to it,
which is great.
So yeah, exactly. So no, David, no, I don't want to see the new one. Philip says USA Up All Night and Skinamax were fantastic. For sure.
You're damn right they were.
Yeah. Matthew, did you guys like the Friday the 13th video game? Which one?
The new one or
yeah.
One? Boy, I hate the original Nintendo one.
I played both.
The new one, the PS4, is fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, definitely the Nintendo one is a pain in the ass and not easy at all, and not even that good. But the other one is great, and it's great if you're playing it with people. I'll
Yeah.
say that. By yourself, it's not as fun, but with people, it's a good time. The Gooch says, Casey, have you been playing any video games lately? Well, yes, I have. Okay. Yeah, I have. Though I will say it is not as easy with a toddler as I'd like it to be. But I played some Little Nightmares, which is I played the demo enough to let me know that I want that full game and I want both of them. It was very fun. I beat Horizon Zero Dawn after years and years and years. Finally beat that to get ready for this new one. And then I really want to get it back into The Last of Us. I had started it last year, and to be quite honest with you, it's fucking depressing. And the times we're in, I'm a little less depressed than I was last year, but it was like, do I need this right now? Like, do I want to feel an emotional roller coaster every time I play a video game? So I just didn't. And but I will get back to it because especially with the TV show announcements. Does that mean anything to you, Chris?
I want to see it.
Okay, but do you know anything about it or
Yeah.
no?
I mean,
Okay.
Katie, because Katie is plowed through both of them, and
Okay.
and
Yeah.
she knows the lore and everything, so she tells me everything. And I've watched her play here and there for hours, and so yeah, I'm all about the show. I'm ready for the show. I think the show is going to be awesome.
Yes, I'm very excited. And I forgot that girl is that girl from Game of Thrones, that little princess or
it's
king
not
knight.
what I pictured.
I didn't picture either one of them, to be honest with you. But
but they can work. It could work with Pedro.
Yeah.
Well,
someone told me Hugh Jackman, and I got super excited, and I'm like, man, that would have been really cool if it was Hugh Jackman.
I don't know.
I love Hugh Jackman. Chicken Wizard says my favorite horror host would be the Ghoul from Ohio or Elvira.
Yeah,
man.
The Ghoul. Remember, we got a Ghastly Ghoul. We got Jesus, Ghoulardi. Man, there's.
Yeah, I was thinking of Ghoulardi.
Who's the one that always Baron von Wolfstein?
Yeah, yep. I want to say Von Pork Chops, but yes, that makes more sense.
Oh, Brassfield.
Chris Tansky says, "What about Jimmy Van Brunt?"
Do you ever think Jimmy would come on?
Oh my! Of course he would.
That would be hilarious.
Heartbeat.
We should actually do like an LBP centric one, and like do something special for the fans to have them actually meet.
He would do it.
We
could do an LBP live show.
And how many like LBP fans over the years have thought
there is no Jimmy Van?
Yeah.
Well, even my wife goes, Jimmy Van Brunt, is that guy real?
Yeah, but she's met Jimmy.
No, she hasn't.
She's never met Jimmy?
Jimmy, because I never go back there. So no, she hasn't met.
Oh shit! But she knows he's real.
She knows he's real.
Yeah.
I Wumbo, nice to see you in the chat, buddy. He says on a break right now, but happy to see you guys. We're happy to see you, bro.
Thank you for coming by.
It's fun with friends.
Show no.
Oh wait, hold on, I'm skipping. Gooch says you should play Dead by Daylight, Casey. It's a fun horror game. Again, I want to. The only person that would really play those kind of games with me is Andrew from LBP. He will play those things online. I gotta do it because he has told me Dead by Daylight's really good, and I see the expansions. I do want to play it. I definitely do. Iwumbo says it's fun with friends. Thank you. What about Grandpa Munster? Well, he's a character, and we love him, and he is sadly missed. I hope he comes back. I actually hope I would actually hope the Munsters come back, and I don't know if that's like a rights issue with somebody. But I think it would be cool to see them. You know, we got that Addams Family animated movie, which is fine. Though I wouldn't mind seeing all of those people just come back in live action form. But the Munsters is a show I fully believe with some creative writers, we could see that, and it would be a lot of fun. Chris is also a fan of the Munsters, so don't you think they could do a fun Munsters now?
Yeah, they probably could,
depending on who wrote it. I mean, if we wrote it, sure.
Why is he mentioning Grandpa Munster?
I think he meant as far as horror host goes.
Oh,
yeah. Hesse says, "You guys reading any current comic book runs?" I don't know if that's your voice, David.
You?
I am, yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I'm reading anything current.
Are you? Well, okay. So I'm reading the High Republic books. I'm reading all the Star Wars, and I started this one called Homesick Pilots. It's an image book, and it's about a haunted house, and it's fucking cool. It's about this band. The band's called Homesick Pilots, and they're like, okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna spend a night in this house. Like, we're gonna do this. And this girl is the lead singer of the band. She gets stuck in the house, and these other rival band comes, and the house is alive. No one knows it, and it starts killing the kids and all this stuff. And it's like, and then she is in the house now, while the rest of the band gets away. It was just a cool, like, I haven't read a haunted house comic ever, I think, in my life, and I love haunted houses, so it was just like, all right, this is a pretty sweet thing. And then I told Chris about this one, that crossover comic, the image book.
Oh, yeah.
So those are the two that I'm reading, other than everything of Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, I always go back to read other shit that I've had. So like I'm rereading Umbrella Academy.
Oh yeah.
I always read Crimson. I just think it's so good. Where are you going? Oh no. So yeah. I'll probably reread House of M and the hardcover collections of the first Wanda and Vision stuff. But I don't go to the comic shop every Wednesday and pick new stuff up. Like I was in a rut for years and years where I would kind of go and pick up issues, and then I'd fall off because I couldn't keep up with week to week. I would just, life got in the way, or I got busy, and then I would have all these like unfinished runs. So, a few years ago, I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna get graphic novels. I'll just wait until the trade paperbacks and wait until the collections are ready to rock. And I'm waiting on a few, actually. I want to read the new Masters of the Universe, Masters of the Multiverse graphic novel, but it keeps going in and out of sale. So, but one of these days, I'll grab it.
Huh. Sweet. Got any films in the works right now, Chris?
Says. Yeah, in the works. There's stuff that's churning, but I'm not really going to talk about it right now. One of them, people have heard us talk about. It's called Radikill, and that is going to happen at some point down the road. But right now we are focusing on something else that's very fun, and it should be really a good time. And yeah, I mean, it's
So
it's very
cute.
funny. I just think about it, and it's silly. It's a chuckle. So yeah, hopefully at some point this year, something out of these two will be shot. So,
Stay
but
tuned.
yes, you know,
Things are in the works. I will
yes,
know.
things are in the works, and it's cool and it's
As
exciting.
long as you hit the subscribe button and share with your friends and family, you'll be the first to know.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, there will be. You can find everything here on this channel. Everything that we love. There's LVP stuff. There's Warlock stuff. Horror stuff. 80s stuff. Geeky stuff. And the 90s stuff. First episode of It Crept from the 90s, the Reluctant show, is launching tonight at midnight. It'll be It Crept from the 90s, 1990, part 1. Because we had to split up the year.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yep.
Because a lot of our memories, pulsing through those episodes. So first Crept from the 90s will be up tonight at midnight.
Yeah.
But yeah, projects in the works.
Ben Moore, hi
Hello,
Ben.
Moore.
Says, have you guys watched the In Search of Darkness documentaries? Just want to know if they're worth buying. I don't know what
for
that is.
me,
You probably do. I don't know.
Yeah. So I'll say this: if you are a casual fan of horror, it's probably going to be awesome for you. But for me, I found it a very lackluster documentary. It was very odd to me because of some of the choices that they went for in the doc. It's to be about an 80s specific, horror doc. There was a lot of people in there that I was confused at, like, why the fuck are you talking to this person? Like, they have nothing to do with this subject, and they probably were 5 when this movie was out. It was very confusing to me. I don't know. And then you're like, why didn't they have these people who were integral to what was happening in 80s horror? And they do have some, but it was just very weird to me. And then because of who I am as a fan and a person, I knew so much that I was just like, oh, this is doing nothing for me. So in the end, I ultimately did not like that first one, and I didn't like it enough to where I even wanted to give the second one a shot. So, but that's coming from me. I mean, there's people, that's just from me.
I mean, I guess if you want to pick a barometer, like Chris reads or has read like every Fangoria that's ever been made. Not joking though. I'm just saying,
I've loved
plus you watch all the documentaries of any of the movies that have documentaries, even if it's a movie that you don't like, but it's horror related.
I'm a pop culture sponge. I love to.
So I mean, like, rate yourself against that. Brett Allen Coker says, spent all day watching Doc's interviews about the founding of Image, was too young to fully understand the impact at that time. Yeah, man. Well, if you did the research on it, there's at least two good docs. One from Sci-Fi Channel.
They're both great.
Yeah. What was the other one? I can't remember. It was like on YouTube or something like that. But
Brett, aren't you my age? I'm going to be 44 this year.
I think he is.
I think we weren't that young. We knew that, at least I did, that it was a cultural fucking shit was happening. Like, this was huge. I guess were you reading comics before, Brett? Because I was reading comics before, and to have that boom where everybody was talking about it, you know, it was in the comic shops. It was in our fucking newsstand. The people were talking about how this Image is, you know, taking over everything. I mean, certainly not to the extent of if, say, we, you know, were, I don't know, 25-year-olds or 18-year-olds and, you know, had the advent of future technology to be able to see what's happening across the country. But I mean, I don't know. I was like, this is crazy, you know. Image was a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, technically speaking, even to this day, it's the only thing that really puts a dent into Marvel or DC.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I mean, Dark Horse and Aftershock, and I mean, there's so many now, but like they don't come close. And Boom, you know, so like, yeah, Image was the one.
The docs were fascinating. They were great.
They were great docs. Really great docs. Still love the Todd Father as well. Well, I almost got to go back to work. Hate to self-promote, but the short film I produced is finally out. If you like some psychological horror, look up Raven Morsa Films.
All right, guys, you hear that on the chat? Look up Raven Morsa Films. Go give Wumbo 223 a shot.
There you go. Jim Ball says in the 90s were okay, definitely more nostalgic for the 80s fair, of course.
Tell me about it. And, you know, I say that in the Crept from the 90s episode. It was a very reluctant video series that...
even though he's very excited for you.
You're more excited.
Oh, yeah. Agreeing about Search in the Dark, not terrible or anything. Like you said, casual fans may get more out of it. I haven't seen the second one, so cannot speak on it. There you go. Yeah. Some of the trauma making of docs are great. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Nice to be part of that. Brent said he was 12 at the time of Image.
Okay, so you were, I was, when Image came out, I was
what is it, like 91?
91 Image?
I don't know. I'm going to Google it. But 92.
Okay, so I was 15.
Yeah.
I was 15.
Yep.
Okay, so I don't know. I guess maybe a 12 to 15.
So he's between our ages. Yeah. He's a year older than I am. Philip. A great book on horror films is Nightmare Movies by Kim Hunter. I've owned it since '89 when I was 11. Could use the updated version though.
Kim Hunter in general is, you know, he loves the genre. He's a master macabre writer of all that type of stuff. Yeah.
Sweet. Check that book out if you haven't. Jim says, just started the making of Blair Witch book, 8 Days in the Woods. So far it's great if you're a hardcore fan.
That's cool. So if you're a hardcore fan out there of the Blair Witch, check it out. No, it's not for me.
I would be curious to see. I can't remember if there was a documentary for that or not.
I'm sure there's plenty of stuff.
I'm sure there is.
There was the fake documentary that was happening at the time.
Yeah.
I remember our mutual buddy Jesse.
Yeah.
He believed it.
Yeah.
Like while it was not before we saw the movie, but all the lead up to it, because it was
a viral campaign. It was the first time I remember that.
And he believed all of it.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, give me a fucking break. When we came out of that movie, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I thought the whole thing was just fucking stupid. That's just me. That's me.
I liked it. Yeah.
It means nothing to me.
Yeah.
It doesn't take away your love. People can love it. It's just for me.
He says, I love the excessive amount of lore created.
It'd be great if they connected to something sweet. Something that was good.
Did you watch that new one? Probably not, right? What's his name?
Blair Witch thing. Just no.
Yeah.
Thanks. No thanks.
Yeah. I didn't watch it either.
I like Adam Wingard. I just don't care.
Yeah. Like, do you see a witch? That's what I want to see. Or at least that Black Phillip dude. You know, if we're not gonna see the witch.
I'm here. I was Blair Witch.
He was great. Love his stand up. So it's he said I did. It wasn't great. Well, great. More reasons not to watch this or read it. Yeah, so man, what else is going on? It's wild times.
Yeah.
Wild nights.
I mean, I wish there was stuff we could talk about as far as
that stuff.
some behind the scenes stuff, but
Brett says Blair Witch is a Bader film, but I have a soft spot for the last broadcast.
I think he meant better film.
Oh, okay. Sorry, better film.
I'm just not a fan of found footage movies. I don't. They don't do it for me. I guess the only one that I actually really enjoy is Cloverfield.
Yeah. Is Chronicle found footage?
I guess so. Chronicle was pretty fun too, but
but he did things with the camera.
Those movies to me feel more cinematic. They seem more streamlined and there is a beginning, middle, and end.
Did you watch the Quarantine movies?
Nah.
Well, but like you didn't watch any of them, right?
Nah.
So those are good movies. Maybe not the first one because it's found footage and you're not gonna like it, but like they don't stay that way. Like they get more like like an actual movie. There's just that zombie outbreak. I think there's Spanish. So the second one is like Die Hard. It's like in a plane, and it was good. This third one was like completely off the fucking wall fun. Just a fun zombie comedy.
Remember we were at Sundance?
Yep.
When the filmmakers of the American one.
Yep. Yeah, I do.
They came out and they showed us like the trailer or something.
Yeah, I remember we were like, who gives a shit? Like, this is stupid. Why'd you steal it from these Mexicans or whoever makes it? Yeah, no, it was horrible. But it's good. Those are good. Heather goes, we should make up some Wells for lore flick and see if people believe it. No.
Well, there's already real lore.
Yeah, the Pink House. David says, not a fan of found footage. What about Cannibal Holocaust?
No, stupid. No thanks. I just don't like that type of filmmaking. I just don't.
Yeah. Jim Bao says, so few found footage are worth the time, but the ones that are can be a lot of fun.
For me, it's, Chronicle and Cloverfield. I just
I liked As Above, So Below. That wasn't bad.
Katie watched it, and I kind of like saw bits and pieces.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't.
It
wasn't bad.
I'm just like, make a movie.
Greg says, I believe Chronicle was a found footage film. Yeah.
Yeah. We said that.
Couch Potato says, sorry to get here so late, but glad to see you guys. Glad to see you too, brah.
We're waiting with bated breath.
Yeah. Now we have to go. Brett Allen says Poughkeepsie tapes. Man, you guys are talking about a bunch of movies that we don't like.
But it's okay. They can.
But they do, and I don't like. It's totally fine. Philip goes, only thing cool about Cannibal Holocaust for me is the groovy acoustic guitar theme song.
The movie is just so dumb.
I didn't watch that. I didn't watch Green Inferno either.
So stupid. It's like,
yeah. I don't know.
So taboo.
Hey, it's like you said, there's something for everybody. Everyone's into their own types of stuff. Different strokes. Yes, David, different strokes for all of us.
Yeah, that's right. It might shock David as well that I don't give a shit about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre
We've talked about
at all.
That. Yeah.
The first one is just like, ugh. But boy, do I love part 2.
I still like the remake a million times more than the original. I think it looks good.
I don't even when I was little and I saw Texas Chainsaw, it didn't scare me.
No.
You know, people are terrified of that movie. I just like, what? I don't get it.
Maybe at the time, I don't know. Matthew goes, Phantasm fans? Yes, Mask of the Phantasm. The animated movie was very good and very excited about it.
I do not like the Phantasm movies. Actually, the only one that I can remotely kind of tolerate is part 2, and that's just because it had a big studio behind it. So it was at least the incoherency looked pretty sweet, and there was some great effects and stuff like that for it. I've tried so many times with them, and they're just not for me. And I've told Andrew that because it's been years and years since I've even bothered.
Don't do it.
Chance again. I said, because Andrew loves them. I said, I will sit down with you a whole day and I'll watch all of them with you. But I don't know if it's really going to change anything. But no, I don't like Phantasm movies.
It's one of those series where I've tried every movie and I just go no. And actually, I really don't like any of his movies with the exception of John Dies at the End. And I liked his Masters of Horror. The
Beastmaster?
Okay, yeah, Beastmaster. I guess I was thinking horror, but though the girl off the side of a rotten road, that was fantastic.
Yeah.
It's great. Drunken Master Studios. Hello, Kung Fu Man.
Singular choice. Fuck. Favorite full moon movie. Oh my goodness. Singular choice. I don't know if I can do singular.
What do you mean singular? Like doesn't have a franchise?
Oh, maybe
like or all of them have.
Or one. Your like the ultimate favorite.
Oh, okay.
Shit.
I'm trying to think of what it is.
Yeah, because I like a lot. But it's, I like from 89 after Empire stopped and Full Moon started. I like from 89 to like some sprinklings up to like 98, and that's about it. Shit.
I'm trying to think of what subspecies it is. Maybe 2. Bloodstone.
Well, 2 and 3 are the ones that were like back to back.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah,
I mean, I love the subspecies film. I love Puppet Master 3 is my favorite Puppet Master movie. I like Trancers 1 through 3.
Mm-hmm.
I love Dr. Mordred. Love it. Full Moon's Doctor Strange movie. Yeah.
That's hard, man. Ginger Dead Man.
Come on.
Evil Bong.
No thanks.
No, none of that shit. David Hesse says, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is far better than the first one. We agree there. There you go. There we go.
We must agree on some things, David. You wouldn't. We agree that you like my films. Yeah. I think David comes here just to see how many things I hate.
Probably.
Clearly, there's a ton of shit that I love,
Katrina likes to remake a Texas Chainsaw as well. Zach Attack is in the chat. Hey guys, Godzilla or Kong, who wins?
We do.
You do, man. We lose. Whoever wins, we lose.
Godzilla, and we're gonna have a great time watching it. The audience wins.
Jimmy Ball says, "Do you guys like the new Joe Bob show, The Last Drive-In?" We talked about it earlier, but no.
I don't care anymore. I love Joe Bob, but I don't care about that anymore.
Yeah. Greg says, "Did you guys see Unfriended? The whole movie takes place on computer screens."
No.
I did, and I actually didn't mind it. It was I feel like that was a Blumhouse, and I'll watch pretty much everything Blumhouse. So
No.
it was fine. It was actually not a bad idea. Philip goes, "Hard to be scared of Texas Chainsaw when they all look like my neighbors who are actually scary. Come on down to Wellsville."
Yeah, where I grew up.
Yeah.
Whole family lives in Wellsville. Whole Sawyer family, the clan.
Brett says, "I actually got to run Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 in 35mm for a Joe Bob Briggs screening. Was sent a print from the studio, but the one I owned was better, so I ran it." Ha.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Jim goes, "Jack Death."
That's right, Jack Death. Tim Thomerson, my man. Dow man.
Timmy T. Yeah, right. Matthew says Leprechaun 4 in space.
No, but I will say this.
There's some moments.
I really like Leprechaun 1, 2, and 3. 4 is tolerable.
Tolerable.
I really hate what comes after.
In the hood.
I don't even watch those anymore.
Yeah.
But I actually consider Leprechaun 1, 2, 3 really good. And I saw Leprechaun 2 in theaters with my buddy Eric.
Yeah. The series, whatever. It's not as good as Chucky. David says correct answer for full moon is head of the family. Ooh.
No.
Come on,
but again, maybe for you, that is the correct answer. Everybody loves what they want.
True. Zach, cop out answer. I mean, here, who's
gonna beat them? Nobody's gonna fucking beat each other.
If this was old Godzilla, it would be Godzilla. Because it's the new Godzilla, it will be Kong, because the new Kong is fucking awesome.
Yeah, you just whatever.
Do you like the Kong movie better than these Godzilla movies?
I do, but I like the Godzilla movies.
Well, this Kong is cool.
I don't know what you don't like about them.
Everything. Jim Ball, sorry, came in pretty late. What? You've been here for like 2 hours, man. What are you talking about? So yeah, any other? You guys, we got another 10 minutes or whatever. Talk to us.
Or whatever.
Zach says, "Thank you, Casey." Thanks. You're welcome. David says, "We all know they're just going to team up to fight Mechagodzilla." Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is what is going to happen.
And I'm there for it.
Maybe a kaiju, from Pacific Rim shows up. Who knows? Maybe they'll finally get that crossover we've been waiting for.
Same studio.
It would be great.
I would love it.
I would lose my mind, actually.
The fucking... Yeah, the breach opened up and everything.
Yeah. They show like a monarch symbol like on the back of one of those Jaegers. Like it would just be like, what? You know what? They can't do it. We're going in. Yeah. So that would another Pacific Rim movie. That's my favorite full moon.
Yeah. Robot jocks.
Well, when's that show's coming soon? At least there's that.
The Pacific Rim?
Yeah, Pacific Rim.
March, right?
Turtle Blackness or whatever it's called. I can't remember, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
Oh, for sure.
I love that universe.
Mm-hmm. Drunken Master says, "Do you guys enjoy old samurai splatter like Lone Wolf and Cub or Lady Snowblood? Maybe some Hanzo the Razor?" Yes.
Shaw Brothers, all like any of that stuff is really fun. I like old mid 80s Jackie Chan movies as well. Like I love Police Story. I love Armor of God and Armor of God 2. Two movies that don't get enough love, and they're more early 90s. But I really love the two Heroic Trio films.
Oh yeah.
There's Heroic Trio and then The Executioners, which is the sequel. But they're great, man.
Hopefully 4K releases on both this year. David Hesse, who says his most ridiculous comment of the night. Hopefully it steers away from the Pacific Rim too
Maybe
bad.
David and I just don't like the same things. I mean, it seems clear that he definitely likes a lot of things that I don't like, and I like a lot of things that he don't like. So it's a wonder that he enjoys the films that I make, because I write and direct all of them, David. I don't know if you know that.
He knows it.
Oh.
We love Pacific Rim, both of them.
Yeah,
I saw them both in the theater.
You're out of your mind.
Though Chris didn't get to see the first one in IMAX, and I did. But we love them viciously. So, Brett says, I have to admit that one of the key factors of me getting an LBP was seeing the EMAC in the background. I'm glad to know I wasn't the only person to buy one. I remember when you had that. The lamps, they call them. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was yeah. Woo.
Takes you back. Greg says, who would win in a fight between Kong and Deathbone? No answer. Christopher Lee, he's alive. He says, hello from Canada. Sorry, I just stopped in. Well, we're not sorry, man. We're glad that you're here.
Yeah, you know. How long, Casey, do you want to go? I mean, it's up to you, since you're the one who...
Yeah. I don't know. We'll give it to like 9:15. We got more people in. We should have did it later.
I don't know. You wanted 7.
I know, it's my
fault. What's
the
matter? What do you have to stop? Is there a reason? Like,
yeah, I got another thing after this.
Oh,
sorry. Life's more fun when people like different stuff, David says. This is true, David. But keep liking my comics. And keep liking Chris's movies.
Yeah.
Everything else you can hate. That's fine.
Yeah, whatever. Hate away.
Okay. What else, guys? Man, let's get into it. Talk to us about your favorite action figures.
Genitalia.
Also that. Favorite genitalias of the 80s.
Does yours detach? Go on adventures.
Did you and Jason do that? Favorite genitalias of the 80s?
We did bring up porn stars, though.
Oh, did you? Of course you did. Philip goes, he's the president of show business. He's a busy chap.
Sure.
David Hesse says, best breast in an 80s film. Always Barbeau.
Adrian Barbeau's got some great Barbeaus. Geez, I don't know, because there's a lot of great, big, wonderful movies in 80s cinema. You know, and I'm very specific. So, because there's a lot of like nudity in lots of movies, but it's like everyone always talks about fucking Phoebe Cates in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and for me, I'm just like, girl, put a shirt on.
What about career opportunities?
Well, she doesn't. I mean, she doesn't. That's 1990, and she doesn't nude. She doesn't get topless.
Well, he didn't say bare. He just said
I mean, Jennifer's got some great jugulars. That's 1990. 80s boobs, man. There's, I mean, so many.
Divine.
But you know, they got to be nice and big and juicy, at least for me.
No, I'm saying divine. Matthew says Gleaming the Cube. I can always revisit that movie.
I don't like Gleaming the Cube. For me, my go-to skateboard movie is Thrashing. That is 100%. That beats all.
It does. I was actually talking about Thrashing today.
Were you?
Yeah, it was. One of my friends accidentally sent in the chat. He was like, I got to go to Wegmans to like pick up some buns. And he said, thrash some buns. And I was like, what do you thrash? I don't know. And then I was like, "Have you ever seen this movie?" And of course he hadn't, and it was a failed conversation. Couch Potato got to go to my first toy show of the year of Saturday. Picked up a Lasertron lunchbox and a bunch of real Ghostbusters toys. Was pretty excited.
Great.
That's cool, man.
That's great. Was that Toy Hio? Did you go to Toy Hio?
Is that where he is?
I don't know, but I know that Toy Hio happened this Saturday.
And we weren't there. Hesse says David Lynch, hyped or overhyped?
I say overhyped.
I think David Lynch is overhyped to people who know who David Lynch is. Because my wife isn't gonna know who fucking David Lynch is.
I mean, like, but I guess I mean the people who love David Lynch.
Yes,
overhyped
for sure.
David Lynch. Like
yes.
Zach.
Yeah.
I like Twin Peaks, 1 and 2 anyway. But I haven't really enjoyed much else that he's done. But you know, whatever. I like what I like of David Lynch. I like The Man, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's funny in the Twin Peaks. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah,
ask Zach.
Yeah, Zach. He's fine. David Lynch is fine. Jennifer Connelly was topless in The Hot Spot, as was Virginia Madsen. I think that was 1988.
Yeah, she grew a little bit more to where I cared more about Jennifer Connelly once she hit 1990, and then she did like she did get a little topless in what was it that it's like a period piece movie, not The Rocketeer, of course, but it's a period piece movie that was after Career Opportunities and The Rocketeer, and I think Joaquin Phoenix is in it. But she gets she whips out the chest jowls in that as well. I mean,
how old is Jennifer Connelly? Is she even
now?
Is she like your age?
No, she's older.
Is she?
She's older. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Jennifer Connelly now.
Well, I know you're not.
But man,
when she was dewy. Couch Potato says yes, it was to that. I guess.
To Ohio. Yeah.
Oh, to Ohio. Sorry. Yeah, it was to Ohio. Christopher Lee says he's overhyped. David's asking the hard questions. Of course he is. The Gooch says, do you prefer pizza or do you prefer pizza or burgers?
Pizza for me.
Burgers.
I like a good burger, but I prefer pizza.
I'll say burgers. I had a garbage plate yesterday.
Oh, we're
because
this week. Desiree's coming up.
Is she?
Yeah, she's coming Friday and leaving Sunday afternoon.
She's gonna have a garbage plate. She was like, I gotta.
Oh, she loves garbage plate.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Her and her man are coming.
Oh boy. Well, he seems like a cool guy from the channel anyway.
He loves my movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that's why he's cool.
Messages and shit, and
yeah,
you know. No, she's told me a lot about him. I watched the videos that they post.
I watched the videos. Yeah,
he's like a really sweet dude.
He seems like a genuine dude. Thank you, Desiree, for getting genuine dude. It's great. Christopher Lee, a movie to watch this year is Toho Inframan. Seen it?
I have not seen it. I saw the trailer.
I have not seen that. Drunken Master says, if you could get an unlimited budget to remake a single horror movie, which one would you go for? Probably Teen Ape Goes to Camp.
Let me tell you, I wouldn't remake any horror movie. I would make my own movie or remake one of my own films if I had an unlimited budget. I don't need to go remaking somebody else's film. They've done it.
It's kind of like,
and I don't do. I can't make anything scary. That's just not in my blood.
I think he's more like. Well, no, I guess he asked if it was you. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was like a movie that I really love, I don't want to see it get remade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Brett says inventing the Abbotts.
That's the movie. That's the movie. The Jennifer Connelly and the.
I remember that movie now.
Mm.
Jennifer Connelly is 51, still hot as hell.
Yeah.
I still think she's attractive as a woman.
But not like she was back then. You know, Hollywood made her lose weight and fucking look like a stick. And not for me.
Heather says Wellsville finally got a good garbage plate. I would. Okay, sure. Let's see here. Brett says, haha, where can I order? Order what? Inventing the Oh, garbage plate. Yeah, from us. Where can I order passion flakies? Is there a specific brand?
The passion flaky is from Canada. It's a Vachon cake. Vachon products are delicious. But the passion flaky and me go back all the way to 1990. I'm not going to tell the story again, but maybe one day the passion flaky will get its own special video on the
Probably should, yeah.
Since it's been in my stuff forever. But so if you wanted to import the original, it's the Vachon Passion Flaky from Canada. However, America sells the Passion Flaky as Entenmann's now. So Entenmann's puts out the Passion Flaky. And they don't call it the Passion Flaky. It's something else, but it is literally the same thing.
It's probably raspberry something.
A bunch of different companies have licensed the Passion Flaky. So for a while it was Sara Lee. Sara Lee had the license and they put it out here in America. But now it's Entenmann's who has it. So.
Christopher Lee says this Choach character returning in the future. It's all AJ fans tonight.
No, I don't. I mean, you know, no. AJ does not. I mean, we don't have communication anymore, so no more Choach.
David says obviously from Almost Night to Almost Day needs a remake.
Of course. Well, they did remake it. That was From Dusk Till Dawn. You know, because ours did technically come first.
That's why Quentin Tarantino was a dick to you when he met you. Is he saw From Almost Night to Almost Day and was like, "This is that fucker who made a better movie."
Yeah.
These kids really outdid me.
Speaking of that, it's coming. From Dusk Till Dawn, the 4K release. Rodriguez has worked on it, so I'm waiting. It's the 25th anniversary. I can't wait for us to do our special episode on From Dusk.
I'm excited about that. Yeah.
It's gonna be a nice one. And
I wonder
of my my parody.
I wonder if he's gonna like put the laser dish shit like in
I hope
it.
So. That's why I keep my DVD.
Yeah, because of the bitch mouth or whatever they called it.
DVD because of all the extras.
Yes.
DVD set, the original 2-disc DVD set. I have not gotten rid of it because that has the extras.
I still don't know why.
That foreign Blu-ray I got you has all of that.
Yeah. Stuff. Yeah. Which that's a good doc. Full Tilt Boogie. I don't know why Quentin Tarantino has yet to put out the real version of Kill Bill. Very weird.
I mean, I would assume it's all.
But I mean, it's somewhere.
Miramax thing and all that stuff, and who owns it now, and where's it going, and
I guess
very
strange. Anyway, what else, guys? Talk to us. Well, they're like, pff, pff.
Never surrender.
I won't. Did you watch those Transformers shows?
I started.
Yeah.
And I got like to about I think episode 4, and I was like,
really?
Yeah, it just wasn't. I don't know what it was. It wasn't pulling me in, and I wanted to get invested, and it just I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to it.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't watch it, and I mean, I heard it was good.
Yeah, it was,
Philip goes, gotta go, but thank you guys so much. Had a great time and really helped take my mind off of things. Very grateful. Gonna eat a bowl of Dios. Nice, man.
Thanks
That's
for coming
sweet.
by.
Thanks for coming in, man.
Keep sticking to the channel and enjoying the channel, and get a hold of me when you want some Warlock home video goodness.
Christopher Lee says Film Crew is still my favorite movie in recent months.
Thank you. Yeah, we shot that in 2006.
Man, that's
And
great.
that is getting a something special is coming for that, and at some point I'll be able to say everything about all that stuff.
Matthew says, do you guys collect VHS tapes? Horror VHS tapes.
No.
Andrew does.
Yeah, our buddy does. He loves it. No, I mean, I've got certain things here and there of movies that never came out on DVD or Blu-ray or anything like that. So I'm going to hang on to it. I mean, I have my VCR over here and all that good stuff. But ultimately, that's another thing where, while I, am a nostalgia whore, that's another thing where I have nostalgia for everything that I love. And I had my video store and I love that and all that stuff, but I don't need to. It's unnecessary clutter for me. And, if I have the movie on beautiful, pristine Blu-ray or 4K or whatever it is, I don't need a VHS of it. I'm never going to watch it in that form again, and just to have it is just going to clutter. In fact, I'm getting rid of some of the ones that, I have left, just because I just don't care.
Yeah.
But again, there's some gems in there that have not made their way to other physical media, so I'm going to keep them around until they do. Because that's the only way I can watch it.
Yeah, that's the only bad thing about it.
Yeah.
Christopher says, I started streaming the old Teen Wolf cartoons on Amazon. Brutal.
I like it. I still like it. I have a bunch of those episodes. Yeah.
Let's see here. Film Crew. Brett says, Film Crew is a great representation of working in theater biz, especially in the line about scheduling employees one day a week, so they'll quit.
That's right. It was happening. It was
classic.
Rampant. I was working there at the time, so I had the inside scoop. I was working at that movie theater up until just the pandemic.
Yeah. Philip's got to go. Be safe. Have a good night. You too, buddy.
You too, Philip. Thanks again.
David says, looks like though they're rebooting Paranormal Activity and the crowd goes mild. I've seen 2, I think, of them, and I
about 15 minutes of the first one, and I knew.
Yeah, I just didn't care about it.
For me.
Yeah, not a fan. Drunken Master Studio Man says, most recent older movie you discovered you wish you had known about as a kid.
I don't know. I don't think there's anything that I have recently discovered that I haven't known about.
I don't know either. I can't think of it off the top of my head, I guess. Maybe there was something like, oh, that came out and I can't believe that happened.
I think maybe the last time something like that happened to me was maybe in 2008 or 2009.
Thrashing.
Well,
well, I remember being like, how did I never see this movie?
Oh. Well, and I remember Andrew showed me Miami Connection. in like 2009 or something.
Right.
And I guess at the time I was like, man, I wish I had seen this when I was little or known about this.
Yeah.
But it probably, it's better now as an adult because of how terrible it is. And I think maybe in 2000, when was it? 2006, maybe, when I first saw Never Too Young to Die.
Oh, yeah, that was
And for me, I was like,
recent.
how the hell, me knowing everything that I was into, why didn't I see this gem?
Yeah.
But nothing recently, I guess, like the last year where I've seen something and been like, man, why didn't I see this when I was a kid? Again, I soaked up so much shit since I was a kid. I'm gonna be 44 this year. I'm an old. Look at me. I have a cane.
He's ancient.
My knees barely work.
Katrina says, I still really like the Teen Wolf cartoons. Still watch them from time to time.
Yeah, I'll watch an episode here and there, time to time. It's still fun.
Oh.
Factory was gonna put those out. They even had like an ad, an ad that had the cartoon, the full series, when they were putting out the two.
That's what with the Blu-rays.
And then it disappeared. I don't know what
happened. David, any love for DC's future state, or do you think its extremely short run makes it skippable?
I mean, I want to see Suicide Squad.
No. I think he's talking about the new comics.
Oh, that's all you.
Yeah. Some of those characters are going on after this. So I don't know. I have like the Batman, and I think I've got Teen Titans and Wonder Woman and stuff like that. And that's really just to sell them, or maybe they'll be really good. But I guess it just depends on what kind of comic book reader you are. I don't buy weeklies or monthlies anymore. I just don't do it. It's too much money. I buy number ones. I buy graphic novels. And then unless it's something that I know has a short run, which is why I love Mark Millar so much, it's like 8 issues of Kick-Ass. Okay, I have it. It's done. You know what I mean? Or the Magic Order or something like that. Otherwise, it's too expensive. And to Chris's point before with the VHS, it's too much clutter. So not to say that I don't have tons of lawn boxes of number 1 issues of stuff either.
I sold all mine.
Did you?
A couple of years ago. Yeah, when we had that big
sale. Yeah.
I kept the comics that I really just did not want to get rid of.
Yeah.
Or that I had since
You didn't get rid of Ultimates 2, did you?
Of course not.
Okay.
No.
That book is worth.
I'm talking about the
money.
The long boxes, the boxes. That
Yeah. I gotcha.
The issues.
I did that a long time ago. So, but I still have some, but it's still like.
Yeah, I have a very select few.
Yeah.
That I'm never going to get rid of, or that are signed or something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's mostly all the trade paperbacks or hardcovers.
Random Thing says, first movie you've seen in theaters.
Okay, so the first movie my family says was Empire Strikes Back. I don't remember it. I was 3 years old.
Yeah.
But the first movie that I clearly remember, was it was consecutive, because I remember E.T. in the theaters. I remember The Dark Crystal in the theaters. E.T. was the whole family and everybody was crying. I remember it. Dark Crystal I remember because my grandma took me to see it and she was pissed. Because I loved anything Muppets and all of that stuff, and my grandma was just like, "What are these? This is trash and all this stuff." But my grandma took me to see it, so I guess technically Family says at 3 years old, we all went to see Empire Strikes Back. From what I could remember, E.T. and The Dark Crystal, the same, same year. Everything. And then after that, I remember everything I've seen in theaters. I have that memory. I have those nostalgic connections.
Yeah, you are way better about that stuff than I am.
It's it's insane. It's insane.
Yeah, that I can remember is I can remember Masters of the Universe. I can remember the Flintstones Jetsons movie, the crossover of the century. I remember seeing that in the theater, but that's it. That's all I can remember as being first movies off the top of my head. Do you guys like Cheech and Chong movies? The Gooch says, no. No. I like the only movie I like about smoking weed is Half Baked, the David Chappelle movie. It's the only one that I think is funny. Most of everything else is very stupid and dumb.
Yeah,
and I have no connection to it. Matthew says your favorite Jason actor, Ted White, was the best Jason. Kane Hodder is a bit overrated.
I like Ted White, and I like Derek Mears. Back when it was happening, I did like Kane Hodder, but I 100% agree. Way overrated. But when it was happening, at the time when I was going to the theaters and seeing these movies, and it was like, holy shit, this Jason
he is a god.
He's angry and he is, massive, and it was a huge thrill. I remember Kane Hodder came to Wellsville in 1992, and it was insane. We all went to see him that night. I still have it on VHS. I have, because we taped the night that we went. And this was like right after he had shot Jason Goes to Hell, and it was supposed to come out in 92, but it didn't come out until 93. And he told us the title of the movie there at this, because he was doing he was showing stuff about his stunts and his career and everything. The Jason stuff was like the very last stuff he was showing.
Wellsville, that's so weird.
It was so bizarre.
Where in Wellsville?
There's a community center that's past the street. It's down where the Pink House is.
Yeah.
The Pink House is like the haunted house in Wellsville. Anyway,
yeah.
Wellsville is where I grew up, but it's this community center, or like they called it like maybe it was a community college or something like that. It's an Alfred adjacent.
Yeah. That's a college. Yeah.
So that's where they did it. They did it in the gymnasium. I was 15 and I was like, Kane Hodder's coming.
Yeah.
Like he was in the newspaper and everything. I was like, are you kidding me?
Christopher Lee said Richard Brooker.
I like Richard Brooker, but Ted White for me was scarier.
There you go. Brett Allen says I probably crossed paths with Andrew a ton of times when I projected in Alamo. Likewise, Meredith. Too bad I didn't know LPP until recently. I would have pushed to get more LPP flicks shown.
Yeah. Too bad.
It was intentional. Where am I at? Oh, Hesse says John Cena Peacemaker spinoff. I can't see why they're spinning it off after or before the initial reception for Suicide Squad 2. I trust James Gunn, and I know he's like the main producer on it. Like I don't even know that character. They got some deep cuts for the Suicide Squad movie. So, sure. I like John Cena enough.
I want to see the movie.
Yeah. So, I'll watch it. It's coming to HBO. I have HBO. Fine. I'll do it. Speaking of Chappelle's coming back. I'm okay with this. I love Chappelle Show.
like like he's doing new Chappelle show, or it's just back on Netflix, or I don't know.
I thought it was just
Or because I mean,
it's on HBO or
I guess if you don't have the DVDs, then
right.
watch them
Yeah.
on streaming.
And then random things, thoughts on Gina Carano. We did earlier. We don't like her.
We did talk about
it. We did.
It is what it is.
Yep.
So is this it, Casey? Do you have to go?
Yeah, I gotta go. But you guys have been so great tonight.
All right,
it's
guys.
been fun. Yeah, no, I love the live show is my favorite.
It is good. It's a great.
It's always
time.
a good time to talk to everybody, and
even if Dave hates everything that I like, or I like everything David. I hate everything David likes.
Exactly. If you
here, and I like his hard hitting questions.
They are good. They are good.
I like them.
Let the conversation go. So if you guys have not subscribed to the channel, please hit subscribe. Hit the notification bell thing.
The very first episode of It Crept from the 90s is launching tonight at midnight. So you can watch it in the morning tomorrow, or if you're snowed in, it'd be a great little watch for you.
Yeah, don't leave the house. Watch It Crept from the night
on the treadmill or something.
Absolutely.
Good meaty shit. And put out some Crept from the 90s.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, no, thank you guys. It's been delicious. Fun fellows. Yes, thank you. Bye, Heather. Good night, Heather.
Bye, Heather. Thank you for
nice to see you, Heather. Couch Potato, thanks, guys. See you next time.
All right, and anything you missed, you can always go back and watch this live show, live stream, all that good stuff. We have some episodes backlogged already, so new stuff will be coming up. And like I said, the brand new show, Crept from the 90s, is going up tonight. And that's it, guys. So thank you for continuing to support the channel, support us, support the films. And thanks to all the new people who are coming on and subscribing, checking everything out. It's awesome. Thank you, Matthew.
Thanks, Matthew. Thanks, David.
Please give the channel a try, Matthew. Watch the shows and see what's up. All right, guys. Thank you. And we'll see you again on some Monday in a month or so. Maybe before that, if there's something crazy and special that's happening and we have to announce it, we have to talk.
We have to.
Who knows? But expect more episodes, and see you later.
Good night.
Bye.